There are few things more frustrating than driving hours to reach a sprawling, beautiful national park, only to realize your dog has to experience the whole thing from the backseat of your car. If you bring a pet to Death Valley National Park, you run straight into a rigid reality. Dogs are strictly confined to parking lots and paved roads. That means the iconic sand dunes, the winding slot canyons, and the vast backcountry routes are completely off-limits to your pet. Beyond the legal restrictions, there is a severe environmental hazard. The Death Valley Basin absorbs and radiates intense heat, pushing ground temperatures to dangerous levels, even well outside the peak summer months. Because dogs are restricted to paved roads, you are forced to walk them on asphalt. That dark surface acts as a massive heat sink, exponentially increasing the risk of heat stroke and severe burns to their paw pads. Add it all up, and Death Valley is a drive-through only experience for dog owners. You are forced into a painful choice: leave your pet behind or completely miss out on exploring the trails. Fortunately, there is a hidden oasis exactly 48 miles northwest of the Furnace Creek Visitor Center, Meadows National Wildlife Refuge. This refuge operates under a different set of regulations, allowing pets to enter a network of immersive desert trails that you can actually walk together. This comparison table shows the difference in your options. Death Valley keeps your dog on the road, while Meadows permits them on the boardwalks. But that access is a highly regulated privilege governed by strict, non-negotiable rules. The refuge is an ancient ecosystem protecting incredibly fragile habitats. To be allowed inside, owners have to forfeit total freedom and actively manage their dog's behavior every step of the way. Meadows solves the Death Valley dilemma, but only if you are willing to trade off-leash freedom for unparalleled access to the scenery. The ideal morning starting point for this itinerary is the Crystal Springs Boardwalk, which takes you directly over vibrant Caribbean blue water. The absolute, unbreakable rule for entering this area is simple. Your dog must be secured on a standard 6-foot leash at all times. Retractable leashes are explicitly forbidden here. They simply do not provide the immediate physical control required to keep your pet out of the protected zones. The reason for this strict control is swimming right beneath the boardwalk. These springs are the only natural habitat for the globally endangered devil's hole pupfish, a species that relies on a very delicate, highly concentrated ecosystem to survive. If an uncontrolled dog were to splash into the water or dig at the surrounding soil, they could irreversibly damage the banks and ruin the water quality these fish depend on. That rigid 6-foot leash rule is the exact mechanism allowing dogs here in the first place. It is the only way to protect the wildlife from the visitor. By midday, you'll want to transition to the historic Longstreet Cabin area for a stroll through the dense desert brush. This introduces the most immediate danger to your dog: rapid, localized temperature spikes. The arid climate here can cause severe canine heat exhaustion before you even realize they are struggling. Your primary mitigation strategy is built right into the trail. You need to actively seek out and utilize the shaded rest stops and gazebos integrated along the boardwalks. Ensuring your dog's safety in this climate requires carrying extra weight. You must pack a portable bowl and significantly more water than expected, offering drinks at every single stop. Recognizing the early signs of canine fatigue, like excessive panting or lagging behind, is far more important than hitting every waypoint on your map. A successful day at Meadows means your dog's physical heat tolerance dictates the schedule, not your ambition. For your afternoon stop, the winding path at Point of Rocks puts you right alongside ancient pools of fossil water. Here, you have to enforce an absolute physical boundary. Your dog's 4 paws must remain on the wooden planks at all times, with 0 exceptions. Stepping off the wood instantly compacts the ancient soil and disturbs the fragile biological crust of the desert floor, which takes decades to form. This means prohibiting your dog from swimming in the pools and preventing them from leaning over the edge to sniff through the native brush. This final stop replaces a carefree, wandering dog walk with an exercise in constant owner vigilance and active physical management. This chart maps out if your dog fits this refuge. The ideal fit is in green. Prepared owners with highly obedient dogs prioritizing scenic views. Contrast this with red danger zones, owners wanting off-leash freedom or dogs reacting aggressively. If you fall into those red zones, you should skip this location entirely. The risk to the endangered pupfish and to your own dog's safety in the heat is simply too high. But if you and your dog land in the green zone, pack your standard 6-foot leash, grab your camera, and confidently plan your trip. Ash Meadows provides an unparalleled desert experience for pets. It proves that accepting rigid boundaries is how you secure time in these beautiful landscapes.
Leave the arid valley far behind for a hidden oasis we're going to find. Miles of boardwalk, flat and true, winding right over